My wife says, "Oh, we're not in it for the money, we're in it for the glory."
A friend of mine was going to Western. They rented a house out here on the island, and one of his neighbors turned out to be a reef netter, and he invited me up to look at it one time. And so the next summer I came up and fished, and planned to just do it for a summer and leave, and ended up staying here. I'm still here. It's 30 years later. It's a lot of fun, frankly, as well as profitable sometimes.
This is a hobby.
But a lot of people do it even if it doesn't make profit, it seems, since it hasn't really been making any profit for years.
It's just something fishing gets in their blood, I guess. They just want to do it.
If you're a fisherman, you better be optimistic or you wouldn't be doing it. Eternal optimist. But I would like to see some fish right about now on my little sonar screen.
Debbie? You're up. You're up.
Just the thing some people get hooked on, and then they keep on doing it. I guess they get excited seeing the schools of fish go in.
I think that some of the people that used to do it still come out. You just stand up in the towers and watch, even when nobody's fishing. They'll just go up in somebody's gear and watch. I just like to see the fish go by. I guess it's a form of addiction.
I think it's tradition, yeah, more than anything. I've got a job that's flexible enough, gives you a few days to come out here.
That's why I work, to support my habit. Reef netting's a habit. Actually, I'm a jeweler.
Dog shallows, kind of construction, carpentry work.
Unfortunately, there's not too many young guys getting into it. Economics, I'm sure, has a lot to do with that. My son is much smarter than me and decided years ago that he probably wouldn't follow in his father's footsteps.
The money is little to nil, and so it doesn't explain why you do it very much.
The fish have to swim right to you, or you don't catch them. Not like a purse seiner or gill netter where you can move to where the fish are. So we've had good years and we've had bad years.
It's just a different state of mind. They can get out, and they do sometimes. We have to catch them. We have to watch for them, wait, and time our haul right, or they can go in and out. We're not cowboys. We don't like to go round them up. We like to wait for them to come to us. Waiting is the name of the game with reef netting a lot of times.
I've read that it's been around at least several thousand years. I know the Lummies reef netted here.
The simplicity of it is pretty much the same as the natives had.
Well, these are natural migrating routes for the fish.
They're traveling with the tide, and they want to go that way.
The boats we're on are basically a working platform, or a barge, if you will, that's set up with various winches to catch fish. Two boats that are basically mirror images of each other.
Well, this is like a funnel.
Right.
And it's about 60 feet deep out in front and 200 feet wide, and it gets shallower as it comes back to this net. It's about 16 feet deep. The fish come down that funnel between the boats, and the people in towers spot those fish and lift the net.
The boats have live wells. When we bring fish aboard, those fish are swimming alive all day long, and at the end of the day, we can separate the ones we're supposed to keep from the ones we're not supposed to keep.
You get a premium product over anything that's caught by a purse seiner or a gill netter. Environmentally, it's the best way to go. Plus, we can target any species we want and let the rest go. Whereas purse seiners and gill netter can't do that. They make it up the river after we've let them go, because we've tagged them and traced them, so we know that for a fact.
It's quite minimal because we don't have huge fuel bills. We just have a little skiff that we come out to the boat in every day, and it's a short ride, and otherwise we're not burning any fuel. We're running all of our winches on batteries, and it's a very quiet and peaceful way to fish.
I've done purse seined and gill netted, and reef netting's what I got started on salmon, and it's just a real peaceful. There's no noise. It's quiet all the time. It's just a real nice way to fish. I mean, when I was 19, I came out, wanted to go fishing. That was the greatest thing that ever happened.
That's the most fun there is. You get to see the fish. You get just as excited to see them now as you did when I started.
Ready? There's some in that already. Yeah. Ready? Go! Go underneath that thing. Huh?
When I started here, salmon fishing and reef netting in the summer was king on Lummi Island. This was the capital of reef netting. And you'd walk into the store after fishing, and everybody'd trade stories or down on the beach. And now we're kind of a low profile. You know, when you walk into the store with the rain pants and waders on, you're really pretty much out of place. Most people have white tennis shorts and boat shoes or some such thing.
So it gives you a little hollow feeling in the tummy to see a way of catching fish. It's the only place in the world that it's done is right here in the Salmon Islands, and basically Lummi Island. The only place they don't do it anymore. We have something very unique. They gill net all over the world. They purse seine all over the world. They do not reef net anywhere but here.
I actually think that it's going to stick around because the people that do it because they like it.
Inevitably, in the long run, this has to be one of the ones that will actually end up being around longer.
Just to be on the pulse of nature in high season and harvesting, it just does something for the soul.
I can honestly say we've never made money doing this. We might make something this year if we're lucky. We might.
Hard to keep away from.
Oh well, next year. Next year's going to be the big one.
It's like the joke of the commercial fisherman that wins the lotto. He was asked what he was going to do with all the money he won, and he thought he'd probably just fish until it was gone. I don't know, we're still here. We're still trying. I think we will prevail.